Happy Valentine's Day! No, you are not witnessing two angels sent above from Cupid. You are witnessing your two podcast hosts and our mascot, Roscoe.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. Woohoo! In today's Valentine's Day episode, we talk about placebo drunkness.
We talk about what has us fucked up, as usual.
We talk about maybe men aren't all bad, and maybe we're just jaded. We also get into some Valentine's Day. Still questioning that one. We're still not certain about it, clearly. We share some Valentine's Day horror stories.
And then a little fun game called WOP or FLOP, Valentine's Day edition. Does it make you wet or does it make you like, not like that?
And we borrowed this from Call Her Daddy and Cardi B. So stay tuned. We hope you enjoy this episode. And we hope that you guys had a happy Valentine's Day.
Love you. Mwah.
We're just so lit already. We've already had 2 bottles of alcohol-free wine, so we're feeling it. The sugar's pumping. Sugar is pumping. Speaking of sugar, though, I don't know if it's just because we're getting older. And at this point, I need that on a shirt because the amount of fucking times that we say that in an episode, I don't know if it's just because we're getting older, but the way sugar hits different.
It's a drug now.
It is legit a drug.
High on sugar.
Yes, it is like catnip. Quite literally, it's like catnip because I'm either like bouncing off the walls or I get like sugared out to where I'm just like sleep.
Zombie. Like, I'm done now.
And then my stomach hurts and I got a headache and it's a whole thing. So obviously I'm not drinking right now. And we just had my husband's company Christmas party. So he drank. And the next day, neither one of us had work. And typically, like, we always say, like, okay, we're going to try our best to sleep in because we just cannot ever sleep in. We just end up waking up at like 8 or 9 a.m. anyways. And so I woke up like my normal kind of 9 a.m. and he was still like pretty sleepy. So I was like, okay, like I'll just sit on my phone for a little bit. But then I start to get incredibly hungry. And nowadays, whenever I get hungry, like, we gotta eat right now, right this very instant. And so I like crept out of bed and I was out here eating my grits, my gluten-free cinnamon roll. And it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And I'm like, holy shit, like he is sleeping for so long. And then I was like, oh, he drank last night. And granted, he had 1 whiskey Coke and then I think a wine with his steak. So not like not like partying, taking shots.
But as you said on the podcast that just dropped for us, you are Playboy Bunny, he's Hugh Hefner.
This is true. So. I know. Yeah.
So he's old enough now. He can hear us right now.
No, his hearing aid's not up.
Like he's old enough that it is hitting. Even those 2 drinks or whatever.
And so then he finally came out of the room and he ended up like taking a shower, fully got ready, and it was 1 p.m. And I told him, I was like, I was starting to get a little worried and I almost went to wake you up, but then I realized like your body is probably just like, what the fuck is going on? Because he also hasn't drank a whole lot during this pregnancy either. And he was like, oh, I'm so glad you didn't wake me up. Like I was so tired. I was like, yeah, dude, like you were fucking out of it.
Alcohol nowadays, it hits. I don't understand, like what is the scientific reasoning behind when I'm 20 years old and I drink, which that's illegal. We know that, but that's true. A lot of us do. I could bounce back up, go to work the next day, work a full shift, be perfectly fine. Just maybe like wake up and be like, oh, I'm a little parched. Yeah. Now I'm like headache. I'm nauseous. I feel terrible. I can barely move. I'm getting...
For at least like 2 days.
Yes.
2 to 3 days.
Honestly.
And this is just with wine. Not even like anything heavy. Well, we go heavy.
I only go heavy.
Oh. I was so surprised.
But no, I'm a liquor girl.
Wow.
I don't want to drink wine. Wine is worse for me. I think it's because I like sweet
attitude
wine.
wise or like body wise?
Body wise. You know that song that's like tequila makes her clothes fall off? Tequila doesn't make me have the need to strip. It does make me like say things that are inside thoughts. And I recognize that because I always thought that was kind of BS. Like whenever you drink, people say things and actually I lied to you completely just now. Tequila is the one I like.
You do that quite a bit.
I am a liar.
Only on the podcast too, never in real life.
Well, because I was thinking about it and I was like, no. Tequila is the one.
Tequila does make my clothes fall off. And I have been stripped down butt naked in a bar before. It's all coming to me now.
No, it's vodka. It's fucking vodka. Vodka is the one that makes me kind of mean. And tequila is actually the better one. I'll still drink it. But like I know that if it's a vodka based drink, I need to like have 1 or 2, not like 3, because at 3 I'm saying my inside thoughts. Ugh. And it's not nice.
Yeah.
Because it's like inside thoughts are like the ones that just come to you immediately and you don't, it's like that beat before you have that higher level thinking that's like, whoa, hold on, that's not nice. We don't say that about people. We don't judge people. But yeah, vodka said, fuck that secondary thought, only the first thought. That's the important one.
See, I wish I had an alcohol where none of those things happen, but unfortunately, all alcohol, just like once I get to a certain point, it's like all the inside thoughts are coming out, not necessarily like towards people, but definitely like with my husband, like I'll be saying all the things that I'm thinking. Then my ears stop working and I cannot gauge how loud I am talking.
Oh yeah.
And this has happened before where I was gossiping with my husband and he was like, okay, you're talking really loud. Because I was talking about someone that was maybe like, I don't know, 5 feet away. But in my mind, in my mind, they were like on the other end of the hall.
And you're thinking, you're like, oh my God, so-and-so just did this and this. Yeah. And you're like literally shouting it to the heavens.
Yeah.
People are like, okay.
Yeah. Well, and even like my inside thought was, oh my gosh, is something wrong with her? She's just like in a really, really bad mood.
Which thankfully you're not like that ugly ass bitch.
But still, and they definitely were, I think, just like having a moment, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what could have been going on. But like, if I was in a bad mood and I hear some drunk bitch saying, what's wrong with her? Why is she in such a bad mood? I'm not getting in a better mood.
No,
that's
I'm in
for sure.
A worse mood, for sure.
And I'm not going to be mean to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like most alcohol just gets me feisty.
Yeah.
Wine gets me there a little bit easier.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate because wine is like my favorite poison of choice. Yeah. We're drinking alcohol-free wine. Oh, but up to the scientific part, I think metabolism, maybe?
So if you like work out a lot and have like a higher metabolism, I wonder if you can recover faster.
Maybe. I feel like I still have like a pretty high metabolism and it just... But I don't work out as much. I used to work out every day, twice, maybe sometimes 3 times a day.
Dang.
Not healthy. Don't do that. But I had the energy for it. And I could like... bounce back from a hangover.
But yeah, the alcohol, man, for me, it's like anything, it heightens it. If I'm happy, I'm rolling on the floor cackling. But if something like triggers me or makes me sad, I am crying. Like there is no like, be level, be stable.
For who? Yeah. Honestly, it's an extreme.
Yeah.
And that's not just the extremist of your human design. This is
the Hitler
which go back and look at that episode. Right up there.
You had like a story though about...
Yeah, so while we're on the topic of drinking and whatnot, as I said just a second ago, I'm pregnant. And if you can't see my pot belly, there is a human in here. And his name will be Dakota Luca. So going back to my husband's Christmas party, this is like the most mocktail-y thing I've ever had. But also I don't feel like too comfortable getting mocktails in public because now I do look pregnant and typically it's like in a normal type of alcoholic that's not a word. Yeah, or like a martini glass or it looks like an alcoholic beverage.
Then you look like an asshole.
Exactly.
Drinking while pregnant.
Exactly. But this place, it's a really, really nice place. And I just asked, I honestly didn't think that they would even make mocktails, but she was like, oh yeah, like we have mocktail lemon drops and mojitos and margaritas. I said, oh my God, I would love a mocktail lemon drop because everyone else was drinking and like we looked really cute and snazzy and I don't know, I just like wanted something in my hand. And I was still having a great time, but they brought it out and it looked like an alcoholic beverage. I asked her 3 times. I was like, this does not have alcohol in it, correct? She was like, no. And then she was coming around the table. It was like, just to confirm, this is a mocktail, right? She was like, yeah, it's a mocktail. Then she walked past us one more time. I said, I just want to make sure. This does not virgin.
Taste like it? Like, did it taste like
I had not tasted it at all. It just looked phenomenal and smelled great. Great presentation. Also, our waitress, 10 out of 10. She was amazing. So I'm drinking it, and there's not alcohol in it, but it's just like, it's fun, whatever. Obviously, my husband did drink, and so our agreement was he was going to drive up there, and then I was going to drive on the way home. If you know me in real life, you know that I'm a terrible driver at night, and I can't see for shit.
Oh God. Should he be driving even though he had a drink or two? Like
I said, he didn't have a whole lot, right? He had his one whiskey Coke and a glass of wine, but still don't drink and drive. And we're walking back to the car, and I get in the car. I'm wearing boots, so I have to take one boot off so I can drive. But then I'm fumbling my phone around. I'm trying to plug my phone in to the thing, and I'm trying to plug it into the speaker part.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He was like, "Are you sure you're okay? Are you sure there wasn't alcohol in that?" I'm like, no, there was not alcohol. And I'm just getting really goofy too. I think honestly, I was just really excited to go home and take all of this shit off and be a slob kebab. But he was like, I really didn't have much to drink. I can drive. I was like, no, I can fine. I'm fine. Get in the car. I was like, I'm okay. Just sit down, put your seatbelt on. Let's go home. And we made it back in one piece. Obviously, we're alive. I think I just feed off of people's energy, having the drink in my hand, and everyone's getting a little splashy, and it was just a fun time. So I was placebo drunk, and it was nice. I think that's kind of what happens with this too.
It probably is the sugar, because now sugar hits different.
Right. Yeah.
So you're probably on that sugar drug rush feeling. Everyone else is feeling giddy. You're probably just an empath too, so you're soaking that in.
Yeah. All those mirror neurons are firing on all cylinders, baby. So yeah, that was a great time. But anyways, what's had you fucked up lately?
Well, on the topic of love, I had this really nice thing that my boyfriend did for me that just made me feel very loved. It was one of those moments when I realized that I am just lucky.
Oh, okay.
And so he works, I think I've said this on the podcast, he works a lot. He owns a food truck. He has to cook all day and then still go out and serve a full thing.
Oof.
So he works 6 days a week, because he usually only has 1 day fully off. So it's one of those days he's working. He comes home, it's kind of late. I think he immediately throws something on the TV, and we just lay down and snuggle. I don't know what it is, but I could not stay awake. Immediately pass out on the couch. Well, things need to be done before you go to bed, of course. The dogs need to go out. Does everyone have food and water? Then you have your other things of fill up the water, plug the phone in, do all the things. And the mattress was off the bed frame and leaned up against the wall. Oh, because the bed frame had
really
shifted.
Getting freaky.
Actually, I think that's what it is. Because the middle part of the bed, so it had posts down here, and they were askew. And I think it's because the bed had moved.
My God.
Well, because if your family skip a little bit, if you are doing things on the side edge of the bed, it shifts the bed. The little legs had slipped one way or the other. So we had taken the mattress off so that we could readjust.
Yeah.
Mattress is off. I had also washed the sheets.
Yeah.
And so sheets are off, mattress is askew, all the things need to happen. And I'm asleep on the couch after this man has worked all day.
Oh.
And I just wake up to him lifting me and carrying me to the bed that is now back in its place with the sheets on, my water filled up. He had already done all the things for the dog. He had taken a shower. I was out, I guess. I don't know. But it was just such it was a moment where I was this is what, obviously you can't do that all the time for someone. You can't be everything for someone all the time. But it was a moment where I was I am so lucky to have someone who is so loving and caring and sees me being asleep. And instead of being hey, wake up, we got to do the bed, is I want to take care of that for you.
Yeah.
And then he just princess picks me up and puts me in the bed. And I was oh, thanks. I did end up having to get up to get my phone, because he did forget my phone in the living room. But I was you know what?
Damn it, athlete. You almost had it right.
I was you know what? I'll give you a pass for that. Yeah, that's what had me fucked up in a good way, because he's just the best. And since it's a love day, a day of love.
Yeah, that is a good what has you fucked up. In the best way. Athlete,
he's the best.
Continue to receive brownie points.
Also, I don't know if we want to keep this in or not, but yesterday he went and picked up the ring. He has it in the house. It's in his nightstand as we speak.
Oh.
Yeah, and I saw him. He closed it the other day. Well, yesterday. No, sorry. I lied again. This morning.
We need to get a lie detector just on hand.
The podcast that I was watching, I think it was the one that just dropped. The amount of times I said I wanted a counter at the bottom.
Dude.
Ding,
same.
Ding.
I'm so glad that you said something right now, because now I'm going to make a conscious effort to not say that fucking word.
Yeah, he took a picture of it, and I'm in the background, and I didn't know that. And I walk into the bedroom, and I just hear that clap. Yeah, and I was what was that? Do you have it out right now? And he was like, yeah, I took a picture and like you're in the background. And he was like, I sent it to my niece. And I was like, I want to see it. Like, it's right there. And yet I can't see it.
That's so special that he essentially like picked it out without you really knowing what it looks like.
Because I only got to try on like 2 rings.
Right. Wow.
I know. I'm excited.
I know. So at this point, when this airs on Monday, you're gonna be engaged. Yeah. Wow.
Unless something crazy happens and we're skiing and like I get hurt or something.
Knock on wood. Yeah. I'm glad that that's the route that you went. If it didn't happen, like going skiing and that's what, instead of like, we just break up and something terrible happens. Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. Like,
I think that just shows like how secure you are in this relationship.
Because I'm an extremist.
Right.
And I still am like.
And clearly you would have to die.
I would have to literally die. So.
Oh my God, knock on glass.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Why do you knock on wood and glass?
So I can't remember the knock on wood superstition thing, but knock on glass, save your ass.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard
that?
No.
Yeah. Knock on glass. That's why, like, if I'm in the car, I just knock on my window.
Well, what has you fucked up?
Different vibe.
Okay.
For sure. So what has me fucked up is actually something that I just learned the other day. It's just so different. Like, yours is
You have gone first?
No. Yours is just so cute and wholesome.
Okay.
Mine is not at all.
No.
Dude, what has me fucked up is... Okay, wait, let me just... If you're new here, I actually don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I'm allergic to gluten. And it's not an allergy where like I can get an EpiPen. So I'm not well versed in like the EpiPen allergy land. But I learned the other day that if you have an allergy where you have to use an EpiPen, after you use your EpiPen, you're supposed to go to the hospital. Because, did you know this?
I did.
Okay. Well, I will still tell my story.
Yeah, you should.
So then you know, but for anybody else out there that doesn't know, the EpiPen is just like kind of a pause for a second, like a pause in the allergic reaction happening. It just like subsides it for a second. But then you still have to go to a hospital to like fully flush yourself so you don't die. So if you do your EpiPen and you don't go to the hospital, and maybe this is like only for some allergies, like extreme ones, but if you don't go to the hospital, then you can die. Because essentially, even with the EpiPen, you're still having an allergic reaction. It's just, again, like the EpiPen helps your body slow down the reaction. I listen to Smosh, Reddit reads. I don't know if anyone, y'all probably, it's a huge channel and organization. One of the stories, it was like a Reddit story about jealousy, something, whatever. This guy was having an affair with one of his coworkers. Oh, and he was married with kids. And he was actually about to like leave his wife, and he felt so bad because he's been hiding this affair from his wife for like 2 years.
Oh my God.
And his mistress essentially had an allergic reaction, used her EpiPen, and he knew that she needed to go to the hospital, but he had to get back to his wife so she wouldn't get suspicious. He was like, do you have someone to take you? She said, yeah, I have my friend. So he just like left her, thinking like your friend's gonna take you, and then found out a week later, because she like wasn't coming to work, that she died. Yeah, just like died in her home, because I don't know if the friend just like got there too late, or I don't know what the situation was. But anyways, the story's kind of like fucked, because she actually like, come to find out, was using him the whole time. And apparently like he also had a traumatic brain injury, and so that was like also affecting his decision-making skills, but she never had any intention of dating him. She was just using him like for his money.
For 2 years?
And to get up, like she had worked her way up in the organization because of him. And
wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of, it was a whole thing. But all that to say, yeah, that's what has me fucked up. I did not realize that after you use your EpiPen, you can still die. And I think that's just because of like how it's portrayed in movies and shows. Is it's like you get your EpiPen and like woohoo, like da 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 da. Yeah, that's it. And again, maybe that is it for some of you out there with an EpiPen. Yeah, that has me fucked up. That you can still die. Yeah. I could have accidentally killed someone, or just like, if someone needed an EpiPen and they use it, and maybe like they don't know that they have to go to a hospital. Maybe it's their first allergic reaction.
Yeah. And
like and we're driving around town. Maybe we're going to Hobby Lobby, and then they just plop over, and that's it.
EpiPens need to have something where like the second you stab it in, something shoots out.
A flag shoots up and says, go to the hospital.
Yeah, great. Step 1, EpiPen. Step 2, go to the motherfucking hospital, bitch, you might still die. Like, that's what it needs to say.
Yeah.
And it won't go back in. It just is,
And not like sticking up out of the EpiPen. Like, once you stab yourself, the EpiPen injects you with this flag. And then
a doctor. It can't even be removed without a doctor literally removing it from your thigh.
Oh my gosh. And in like 50 years from now, it's actually, instead of a flag, it's going to be a hologram of your doctor telling you. And it like won't turn off. It'll be like the annoying car seat belt thing.
Ding,
Whenever,
ding, ding,
and you have to go to the hospital. Patent that.
That was a brilliant business idea.
That was a great idea. So yeah, different vibe from what has you fucked up, but that's what has me fucked up. But let's go back into love.
Okay, back into the love vibes.
Have you ever had a terrible Valentine's Day?
Not really. I did have with my ex a couple times where it was like he only would like buy the things that I sent him the direct link for. And then it kind of turned into last minute, went to like Walmart and bought all the base things, like a box of chocolates, I think like a plant. And then that kind of became the standard. I knew on Valentine's Day that he would have like those kind of basic things. They did get better because he would like figure out what I liked a little bit better. Yeah. And then like he would cook. So for the most part, no, nothing like outlandish, just like the kind of typical man that doesn't really like his partner, that just does the bare minimum so that they don't get bitched at. I feel like that's kind of been some of my experience. But yeah, no, not really.
I mean, that sounds awful though. And especially if it's like, that was the standard that was set and they just think like, oh, I can get by doing this. Also, I think we might not be giving men enough credit because I think both of us are like pretty jaded with terrible men. Because I think up until this point, we haven't been with a great man until the men that we are with. But honestly, I talked to quite a few of my other friends, or just like even at work, and they all have really great partners. Yeah. And so I think, and maybe it's like because we're older too, that some men are just figuring it out. And unfortunately, some just have not fucking figured it out. Yeah. And I think that was just like a lot of our experiences. These men just hadn't figured it out yet. Or, and this is like annoying, we've prepped them for figuring it out in their next relationship.
Yeah, like we accepted bare minimum until we didn't, and so now maybe it is because we're older, because now the guys figured it out in their previous experiences, and in their new relationships or their relationships where they're ready to settle down, they're like, oh, now I know what I need to do. Yep. And I think you're right. Like, I have this very jaded, it's weird, I was trying to explain this to my boyfriend. I don't think men are bad. And yet, whenever I think about men in general, they're
fucking awful.
Like very negative, like what I just said. Like, oh, you know, like the typical, right? Yeah. And so it's weird because like I don't feel like I know that many men like that anymore, but I feel like I did. And so it kind of shaped this view of like you have the good version and the bad version, and like if you fall into this category, like that's kind of what I learned. And yeah, there's a lot of really good ones too, but also probably like how bad news tends to spread quicker. Like we feed on that. And I think like when you hear about all of the shitty fucking things men have done, it's like easier to kind of be like, oh, this is like some really bad things that men do. But there are still really good things. I feel like the squeaky wheel is like what the bad things happen. So you hear about that a lot.
I think negative things attract people's attention more than positive things. Yeah. And I just think from like a social media standpoint, like people are going to be so much quicker to click on a thing that's like my truth, or I have a confession, or I fucked up. Yeah. Rather than I have this really, really great news and everything's going great for me in my life. Yeah. Like, those are the things that unfortunately people just like don't click on. Yeah. So I feel like kind of the same thing with like the stigma of both men and women. Like I hear it for women too, like women nag and they just want everything to be a certain way, blah, 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 blah. And then for men, well, men don't listen and they never do anything. And it's because, those are like the squeaky wheels. And
well, I think like I was talking with my boyfriend about this. This is a side quest.
Side quest.
But I was talking with my boyfriend about this because he has this like, he's a really, really good man. And I will still say things that are like, you know, oh, I hate when men do this thing. And he is like challenging me on that. But it's interesting because he has given me the perspective of like, what if there's equally as bad women? Like the things that you're saying, I can generalize like a bunch of bad things. Like I met a lot of bad women before I met you. And I kind of at first was like, no, that's dumb. Like women are the best. And then
we can do no wrong.
Yeah, literally. He kind of said something like, you don't think there's a lot of bad women because you're not a bad woman. So like your perspective is like this.
Yeah.
And I have seen like other women. And so like I have seen how it's not always that way. Just like I might be a good man, but you have seen all these other perspectives. So like that's why you kind of can generalize this.
Yeah.
And when I talk shit about men on this podcast, I don't hate men. I think there's really good men out there.
There are.
I do hate the generalizations, some of the bad things that I've heard my friends have to deal with, I've had to deal with. That kind of stuff pisses me the fuck off. But overall, men can be wonderful and loving partners and great people, and that's possible. But yeah, sometimes also they cannot be, and women too. But
this could be a whole segment. There are great men out there. However, I dated a terrible one.
They're like great men, but also this one sucks. So
this one really fucking sucked. I could minimize and justify, oh, we were young and this person hadn't dated a lot, but that still did not give this person the right to treat me the way that they did. So my ex and I, we lived together. This was whenever I was in undergrad, and we lived in a cheap apartment. Like, I was going to school and working a part-time job. He was not in school, but he was working a full-time job. We shared my vehicle. It was a lot. And so we broke up. And what pisses me off is I went to school 3 hours away from where we live. So for me to like move out was not an option. This person grew up 20 minutes away and could have gone back and lived with their parents whenever we broke up, but they chose not to. And their relationship with their parents was like a bit tumultuous. So, and also like, I get it. You know, we were 20, 21, 22. You just don't want to go and live back with your parents sometimes at that point. So he stayed, and we were still broken up, and we were living together.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was rough. It was really, really rough. And thank goodness our apartment, it was a 1-bedroom, but then it had a loft. So the loft was like essentially like a second bedroom. And so I stayed in the loft, and I moved all of his shit downstairs, but he would not sleep in the downstairs room. He would sleep on the couch. So it was like we were still kind of in the same space. I don't know, it was just a weird fucking situation. So it was like that for a while, but it gets to, we're broken up, and it is now Valentine's Day. And he is like insistent on still taking me somewhere, like on a date, which he had never done dates before. That was like a big wound from our emotional cheating, because whenever I would go and visit my parents and he would stay there, he would plan these elaborate dates essentially, but wasn't calling them dates, with people who were females but were just friends. And I'm like, so you'll do this for your friends but not for your girlfriend? And it was like very elaborate dates. So that was just like, it just felt like a slap in the face that he was doing this like elaborate planning. And also the elaborate planning was taking me to a donut shop that had gluten-free vegan donuts, and then taking me to see like this castle thing in Texas, which like fun. Sure, yeah, there's planning in that, but I don't know, maybe I'm like a planner too, so I'm just like, that's a simple Google search, and we had gas money.
Well, it's anyways, also like if he were to do that once a month, every other weekend, you're like, hell yeah, there's effort, because that's like a little planning here and there. For him to do it whenever you're walking out the door, and that also for that to be his big trying to get you back move is like, dude, it is really too little too late. Right. And this is all you got? Like, come on. This
is my experience. Whatever. It was pathetic. You know, like honestly, it was just came off as pathetic. The day was fun-ish, but then as soon as like we were driving back, it just went to the same pattern, like the same bullshit, like not talking, but then not, it was just so awkward and so weird. And that was how like majority of our relationship was. Like, I am a yapper, I'm a talker, and he was not. I would like almost annoy him whenever I would like yap and talk too much. And clearly he just wasn't my person.
Right.
But then we get back to our apartment that night, and I'm like telling him like, yeah, like we really are not meant to be together. And that was really hurtful for him, and it turned into like this whole thing. But yeah, that was probably the worst Valentine's Day, because it was just awkward, and it was just like, it was hard to not have moments where I was like, wow, like I miss being with this person, but this person was actually never the person that I kind of hoped for, wishfully thought that they would become. And I also knew that it was like kind of a last ditch effort. And this is probably just this one time that they're doing this, and then it'll wear off in a couple weeks. And yeah, it was rough. It was a rough Valentine's Day.
I think that we could do an episode purely on the signs that your guy doesn't really like you.
Oh,
because
yeah.
like that, I experienced too, like this feeling of begging them to just like put an effort, this experience of them being capable of planning and doing things for other people.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't with like friends that were girls, but friends that were guys. And it's like, he could plan an entire weekend with his friends where there's hotels, there's restaurants.
Yeah.
But whenever it came to me, not. And I feel like not wanting to listen to you talk, like just being annoyed that you're even breathing and talking, God forbid.
Yeah.
I feel like we could do a whole episode on if this is your partner, male or female, they might not like you.
Yeah.
And you deserve someone who loves you.
Signs that your partner actually doesn't like you.
I mean, no, I actually like say that on the reg. My ex just didn't like me. Like I have come to the realization now where I'm like, we were not meant to be because that man did not even want to be around me.
I think my ex liked the idea of me.
Yeah.
But I don't think they truly liked who I was.
Yeah.
I think for them, actually, I think for each other, we were both like a conquest of some sort. The person that I previously dated, just so opposite of me. I think I almost like wanted to like get them, so to say, like out of their shell. But that's just, they weren't meant to be like that. And I think for him, he wanted like me to do the opposite because I was so open and extroverted in a sense and just like very talkative, very energetic.
Some people might think like, oh, this person's so open. I want to be more like that. Maybe they can help me. But then when you're actually with that person, you're like, why do you always want to talk? Why do you always want to go out? Why do you always want to do this?
Right.
And so then that feeling of like, yes, like let me be more like this turns into like, why are you like this? Like, and that's a problem because that's not going to work.
Catch it in our next couple episodes. Yeah. we'll definitely do that.
Ways to know your partner doesn't fucking like you.
Yeah.
Because I have a plethora of examples
same.
of those.
We can get a spreadsheet going about that, baby.
Speaking of, do you like this thing? I'm trying to segue this. It's not working.
Speaking of, does it make your panties drop or make you them pull all the way up? Make you hike them over your shoulders, put a belt on, lock it up.
Belt. Yeah. Yes.
We have a game.
We have a fun little segment called WOP or FLOP.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what WOP means, wet ass pussy.
We did steal this from another...
Cardi B.
We did steal that from Cardi B. Thank you, Cardi B. But we did steal this. I want to say, we'll have to check, but from Call Her Daddy with Cardi B, though.
That makes sense.
We're going to steal it for the segment, but I think that it's going to fit. So WOP or FLOP, Valentine's Day edition.
Valentine's Day edition. Let's go.
Okay, he gives you flowers on Valentine's Day. We're starting easy.
WOP, for
WOP.
sure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You get me flower on Valentine's Day? And my husband is well aware of this, too. Like, I don't know what it is about flowers. I think it's just like the act of it is so kind and sweet. It does make me feel bad because the flowers die. Then you just throw them away. But, oh, what? WOP, for sure. What about for you?
So I love fresh flowers. I've always loved fresh flowers. When I worked in weddings, I would take them because they would usually throw them away. Yeah. And I was sad in my last relationship. He usually didn't get them for me except on like Valentine's Day. So if they're the ones that are like for me, like really thoughtful, not just red roses because that's what you're supposed to do, but like ones you like, WOP, big time. Yeah. My boyfriend now gets me flowers. I always have fresh flowers on the table. So like for me, I'm like, that is a love language thing. So definitely WOP, but only if it's just like, because you want to, because you love them, you know what they like, you're doing it for them, not just because you have to. Right. It's the intention. It is the intention. Even like my husband, he's very picky and selective about flowers, which I love that. I didn't realize that it was something that I liked because I'm cool with just like getting me flowers from the gas station. That's cool. But he is so specific, like wants it to be good, fresh flowers. He'll even like bring them whenever he's putting them in the vase. Like he rearranges them, like very intentional. I love that. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. So, but it feels very like, oh, this is for me. Yes. Like you're doing this like intentionally for me, making it in an arrangement of what I like. Yeah. He didn't walk by, literally snag the ones closest to him at the gas station and say, this will do. Yeah. He was like making effort. Yeah. That's and also he would never, because like, I think on Mother's Day, we were together and I was like, okay, let's just like grab these flowers. He was like, oh, absolutely not. No, like we need to go somewhere else to get these. I was like, oh. Excuse me? Bougie connoisseur of flowers. He is. And that makes my WOP even WOPier. Yeah. That's great. Okay. Buying your outfit / planning it for you. WOP or FLOP? If a man knows me well enough to buy my outfit, make it fit the occasion, know my size,
right,
then yeah, like I'm fucking wet. I'm flooding the building. I'm fucking Niagara Falls.
My water's breaking.
I wasn't even pregnant. Now I am.
Now I am. That's how wet.
That's how wet. Yeah, because that's like, it's the intention. Like the intention behind knowing me, knowing all the things, and having like the planning capability of being like, I can plan this outfit and not buy like these pink ass boots for hiking. Like, then absolutely that's like amazing. Is that how you feel? How do you feel?
I used to feel flop. Because I think I just had too much, like it was a control issue. But actually, recently, my husband proved me wrong in the best way possible. He already has a great sense of fashion and style. And I feel like I kind of like ride his coattails. Like he actually inspires me to be more stylish. And whenever it was kind of fun, like we specifically went and shopped for his Christmas party to like get us new outfits. Like we typically don't do that, but we were like, why not? Like we have a little extra money and why not? We wanted to like really feel good. So we actually went to the mall, which if you know us and you're from around here,
the mall is nothing. The mall is dead.
There's tumbleweeds in the mall.
I was literally about to say, there are tumbleweeds rolling through the halls.
Yeah, it's a scary place out there. But they have this one department store. They have a Dillard's. And so we went to Dillard's and I like could not find anything. Finally, we ended up finding a couple things and he would tell me why. He was like, oh yeah, this will look great with this and this and this. I was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, that would look phenomenal. I tried on a lot of outfits that he
doesn't look good.
Yeah, doesn't this look great? I told you it was going to make your butt look amazing. No, I tried on a couple things. I wasn't like too in love with stuff, but I found an outfit that was good enough. And while I was trying on my last thing, he pulled out the dress that I ended up wearing to the Christmas party. And he was like, oh no, like I think this one would look good. And it was just so like classy and chic and like went with the boots that I was going to wear. And yeah, I ended up buying that sucker. So he proved me wrong. WOP. For sure. Like I never knew that I would be so turned on by my husband picking out my outfits for me and like telling me what I would look good in and what would be nice.
Design. He can do flowers. He can do outfits.
And like he's sexy as hell too. So that's just like even more of a turn on. He's in the kitchen right now. Next.
Okay. It's Valentine's Day and he gets you a puppy. WOP or flop?
Flop for me, man. It's a big flop. I love animals, but oh God, that's a lot of responsibility. And maybe if, like right now, as y'all know, we have our mascot, Roscoe. Again, potbelly, there's someone growing in here. I just couldn't. I don't even if maybe I didn't have a baby on the way and I already didn't have an animal, I could not imagine. Like sometimes your schedule just doesn't allow for it. Yeah. What about you? Flop or flop?
I better be asking for this very specific puppy and I get it. Like it would have to be, if you give me a surprise puppy, absolutely not. That is now your puppy or you are finding it at home because I'm not taking care of this puppy that I did not ask for.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, obviously I wouldn't
See, that's what I was about to say. And this is what sucks is because although it's a flop for me, if they got me the dog, I'm keeping the fucking dog.
Right.
I'm taking care of the dog. The dog is now my child.
Right.
But it's like not on my own accord. And that I think might also still be like a control thing for me. No, major flop.
Yeah.
Ooh. Proposing on Valentine's Day, WOP or flop?
Maybe this is a hot take, but I say WOP.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
I know some people are like, I don't want any kind of like proposal or anniversary on a holiday because like then it kind of retracts from the holiday. Like you should be able to celebrate that day but I feel like because Valentine's Day is for love, it's the one day you're allowed to.
I think so too.
Okay.
I think it's a WOP for me just because it's Valentine's Day. But actually something that I'm not a huge fan of is seeing proposals at like graduations or birthday parties because now it's like, no, like we were celebrating this one thing and now we're celebrating both of y'all and it's like, especially like a graduation or a birthday party, like this was your day, like your singular day. And I'm like pretty big on autonomy, but I think Valentine's Day, just like feels like love and like you're already celebrating your relationship typically. So I think WOP.
I could also see if you're doing it at a thing where lack of planning, if you're already using that thing, that party that people have like organized.
On.
Right, because it's like, oh,
like
great,
a wedding.
Your family's already there. Everyone that you know is there, so I'm going to do it now because I'm not having to plan another event. That's kind of what I would wonder if it's like, were you just not trying to plan like getting everyone together again?
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know what is something that I just thought about though? My husband and I, our birthdays are really close together. I'm just now realizing whenever we got engaged, it was actually at our birthday celebration, but it wasn't on our birthday. It was like days before. We kind of have this tradition of always going to like a Texas Rangers game because there's typically one around our birthday, but then we still end up doing something like for our birthday. It's just, I think that's how we financially have justified it. Yeah. So we always say, oh yeah, this is for our birthday. So it kind of worked out in that way.
But is it different because it's y'all's birthday?
It's our birthday celebration. So we're already both being celebrated.
I wouldn't be upset if my boyfriend proposed on his birthday. I'd be like, I'm your gift.
So you're the problem.
Said he proposed on my birthday. I'm like, okay. So 0 effort there, I guess.
Yeah. I think flop for the most part.
Yeah.
But situational WOP, I guess.
Situational.
Yeah.
Okay. They spend most of the day with you.
Okay.
But then in the evening, they want to hang out with the boys all night.
See, this is where I'm selfish. Flop, I want you all to myself on Valentine's Day. I want us to be all to ourselves on Valentine's Day.
It's the day of love.
Right. It's the day of love.
And like, you shouldn't love your boys like that.
I'm sorry. No.
You can have friends, but on Valentine's Day,
why are they not with their partners?
Yeah, maybe
why are they not with their significant others?
That's a red flag. Yeah, I would say flop. There would have to be, again, the most specific reasoning.
Right.
It's one of their birthday, or like every year for 20 years, y'all have done this one thing together. Right. Or like someone just lost their loved one, like their wife, and so they're trying to like uplift them. Like it would have to be something so hyper specific. If not, I'm like, no, you can hang out with your boys yesterday or tomorrow. Like, why today? Yeah.
Yeah. If it's like a very specific, like anniversary, death anniversary, essentially, sure. But also, if you have a tradition with your boys that you are always doing something, or girls too, like that you're always doing something on Valentine's Day, we got to reassess.
Or you know, there's invite me. Like, do plan something great for me earlier and then take me on this thing that you do.
Yeah, exactly. But flop for the most part. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, buying a V-Day gift for his girl best friend or her guy best friend. Would be like,
okay. Yeah, flop. Immediately. Flop.
See, for me, I'm leaning heavy on flop. But again, if it's like situational, like they've been besties for a long time and she's had like a rough year. And I would also have to like really like I would not have to have beef with this person because then I feel like that's like a respect thing at that point.
Yeah. It can't feel like there's chemistry there too.
Yes. Or if it's like, it's a gift from us to her. Okay. Or to them or to him, whatever, I think I would feel better. But yeah, I lean more towards flop. It doesn't make me jump, for joy. But I think situationally, I could.
But weirdly enough, if my boyfriend bought something for my mom or my best friend, who right now is single, if he bought something for my best friend, I would be like, that's so thoughtful. Because like he knows, like he invited her to Christmas dinner.
I think that's a great example where I think if like that's the situation, cool. Yes, let's fucking do it.
Yeah. He was like, I don't want her to be alone on Christmas, invite her over. And I was like, you thought of that. You wanted to think of someone like my friend and make sure she was comfortable.
Means so much to you.
Right. Yeah. And I was like, that's so nice. So in a specific.
Right. That's a very specific.
99.9% flop. That little bit though.
Yeah. Little bit.
Then WOP. Okay. This is for long distance couples.
Okay.
They surprise you by flying in. You don't know what's going to happen.
See, so if I'm in a long distance relationship, I probably wouldn't have plans on Valentine's Day. Or if I did, I'd probably have like plans with my friends that are also single. But with the intention of like not doing anything wild, like we're just doing something together because we don't want to be alone. So I think for me it's a WOP if they have like communicated to my friends and like my friends are in on it too. Yeah. I think it's a WOP. I love surprises like that, very planned, intentional surprises. Yeah. Something like planning gets me going. Yeah. It really gets my juices flowing. Niagara Falls, water's breaking. I'm swimming. Yeah. WOP for me.
Okay. I would say WOP for me too, unless they were doing it to be sneaky, or like they were like, what are you doing on Valentine's Day? And they
trying to like
lie
get
in.
your ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, like, being a girl who has done sneaky shit, because I'm like, you're definitely doing some sketchy shit. I understand it. But for the most part, WOP, because
with good intention.
Yeah. If they're like, this is the day of love, I want to spend it with you.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Okay, last one. They take you on a Valentine's Day date in the public. Everyone can see. But they won't hard launch you. WOP or flop?
I think flop. Anytime a guy doesn't want to post you, that's a red flag. It doesn't matter if you're meeting his mom. It doesn't matter if, I mean, obviously that does matter, right? Like that is a good step. But I think even if you've met his mom, even if he's taking you in public, if he's not hard launching you, that's a time when you ask who is on his social media that he is still trying to act single. Yeah. Or is he not that serious about you? So it's easier for him to like in person say meet this person, but like in the public eye, he's still hiding you. And also, I'm triggered as fuck right now because
oh my god,
whenever my ex proposed, he did not post those pictures.
Oh my god.
And I remember being so like, why won't you? Like that's the weirdest thing to not post, right? Well, obviously we know why now, but like at the time I was like, this is so suspicious. And maybe I'm a little bit harsher because I'm like, anytime a man does not want to post about you, there is a reason. And it might not be that he's cheating or lying. It could just be that he's like, I'm not fully in this. So immediately flop for me.
Yeah. Flop for me, especially if y'all have been in the dating, talking stage for quite some time. If you have met their family, if you've met their friends, like you've met them in all these other aspects of your life and essentially like been hard launched in those ways, but we're just not doing it on social media. And two, I have to say, like, if this person has a social media presence, like if they are actively on social media, but they're just for some reason not posting about the relationship, I think it would be hard for me to sit there on that date and like even just be present in the moment. Or I would even start to get nervous of, can I take a picture and post? Like, is that going to be okay? Is this person, do they accept my tags, or do they just like let the tags and the collaboration sit there and they don't ever collaborate? Yeah, it's a flop for me. Unless, again, like no social media presence, that's just their style, sure, whatever.
Which honestly, for me, it's a WOP for a guy not to have socials. Or like have them and very rarely be on them. Because I feel like guys who are always on social media, I'm just like, what are you watching? How am I not the most entertaining thing
oh my gosh.
you've ever seen in your life? Why are those videos really that entertaining? You know?
Yet here we are on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram.
As I'm actively like posting all the time. Yeah, especially now that we're posting TikToks and stuff. I'm like 24/7.
Pre-pod.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. Something about like guys being off social media for some reason, like all jokes aside, it's attractive. It's like you have higher goals for some reason. Like you have higher standards and like things you want to achieve, and something about that I'm just like, it slaps.
I agree.
We talked a lot more than we anticipated.
Yeah, but we had some great topics. But like and subscribe if you are on YouTube. If you are not listening to us on YouTube, go ahead and hop on over there to see all the visuals. We are dressed up for Valentine's Day. Dun, da, da, da. We are not in sweats this time. Our hair's done. We have a face on.
We are actually beautiful. Isn't that crazy?
This is a wild hot take. Share this episode with a friend that needs to laugh. And you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Feelings and F-Bombs. You can find us here on YouTube. If you're already here, we're just going to imagine that you are, at Feelings F-Bombs. I'm Madeline.
I'm Alexis.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.